From Lake Mississippi to Big Green and everything in between, we're talking about what's happening in your hometown. This is Hometown Today on 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is obvious that it is raining again, and it's obvious if you are checking out the stream on Daily Dodge TV at dailydodge.com and our YouTube channel. I'm sitting next to someone in a really cool hat. One of our guests today kind of reminds me of, somebody from my childhood, vaguely familiar. I saw this tall red and white striped hat outside one of my studio windows earlier this morning. So it's all part of the fun that we're going to have here this morning as we welcome guests from the Beaver Area Community Theater, where Seussical will soon be taking center stage performances running August 6th through the 11th. And we're looking forward to our conversation with director Ryan. Madela Klug is with us, Adeline, and Dakota. So we'll be getting to know all of our friends and neighbors from the show today, and also sharing some information about upcoming performances at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater that you can enjoy. Good morning. Amy Hudson here with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. If you've never done that, it's so easy. And definitely take the time to click on the Daily Dodge TV tab. Easy for me to say. You can find that on dailydodge.com, and just head to YouTube and subscribe to Daily Dodge TV there. Make sure you click the notifications icon so you don't miss out on any of the fun that's happening either in the Daily Dodge TV studio or on the road for one of our many sporting events. It's all good stuff. Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor, covering your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. Dr. Verlo will also be checking in with us this hour, and I have some exciting things to share with you about Dr. Verlo and an experience that I had at their Fort Atkinson store right around the 4th of July holiday weekend. So looking forward to welcoming Dr. Verlo here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Andy from Professional Floor Covering, bringing you Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Welcome back to Hometown Today here on your hometown station. Amy Hudson here with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. You can simply click on the Daily Dodge TV tab once you're on the site, or you can just head on over to YouTube and subscribe to Daily Dodge TV there. Make sure you click the notifications icon when you do that so you're not missing any of the fun here in the Daily Dodge TV studios. Hometown Today, all about bringing our friends and neighbors together. If there is a fun event coming up in your hometown, someone that you think we just really need to have a conversation with, then you just really need to let us know about it. And it's easy for you to do that. Just simply send us an email to wbevhometown@goodkarmabrands.com. And I love when people check out the stream, because then you get to see the guests. And when they, plus up what is happening, maybe with a fun accessory, it adds to the fun. So if you are streaming us on Daily Dodge TV, you can tell that our guests are all about the fun. This morning, we are welcoming friends and neighbors from the Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, where Seussical will be taking center stage August 2nd through the 11th. And this morning, happy to have with us director Ryan Klug. And we also have a couple of the cast members. We have Adeline with us, who plays JoJo, and Dakota, who plays the Cat in the Hat. And both Adeline and Dakota have these awesome hats on. Dakota, I was in one of the little studios this morning chatting with Wade, who was at Marshfield Medical Center, just wrapping up his show. And I just saw this happy little hat bouncing by the window. I was like, oh, the guests have arrived. But I did not see adorable Adeline, who has a Horton hat on. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning. We're doing well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for being here. Adeline, how's your summer vacation? Busy with rehearsals and stuff for Seussical?
Yeah, I've been busy.
Summer goes fast, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing about what you've been experiencing as being part of Seussical, especially JoJo. I don't know anything about the JoJo character, so I'm really looking forward to have you share those details here with us today. And, what a celebrating time for celebration here this year with Beaver Dam Area Community Theater celebrating 60 brilliant seasons. When we talk about Hometown Today, bringing friends and neighbors together, Beaver Dam Area Community Theater has been doing that for 60 years. And congratulations to everyone who has played a part in the success of really making theater accessible for everyone. It's wonderful. And Ryan, it wasn't too long ago that you were here, and things go quickly. So can you refresh my memory what the show was that we were was it auditions for Seussical?
Yep, auditions for Seussical. That's correct. Yep.
Okay. And how did everything go? What is that process like? How long did it take? And
so we had 3 nights of auditions. We had 1 night of callbacks, and then 4 days later we had our first rehearsal.
Okay.
So we had lots of great auditions. It was difficult casting the show because there were just so many talented people. And I think we found a place for them all, and we give them all a moment or two to shine in the spotlight. And it's just a whole lot of fun. And it's been a whirlwind, I'll say that.
Well, that's wonderful. And you did give me a little rousing before we hit the air together, just like, hey, I didn't see you at rehearsals or at auditions, Amy Hudson, because David had shared with me that, this is a perfect show. Seussical is a perfect show for someone who has zero theater experience, but maybe wants to give it a try. And Dakota, you had shared that for folks that have maybe never been to Beaver Dam Area Community Theater for a show, Seussical is the perfect one to start with. It really is a family-friendly show. What makes you say that it's the perfect one to start enjoying at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater?
Well, I mean, it's all of the books that you read to your kids, or that you read it as kids, and so you're familiar with all of the characters and all of the stories, and it really is the perfect show to go to, right, for that nostalgia piece, right? Yeah. And the Beaver Dam Community Theater is a beautiful theater, so you will not be disappointed with the appearance of it and the comfort that you feel in the theater. So.
That's really nice. And you're right. So many of us grew up with those stories. And my favorite Dr. Seuss story isn't one that always gets a lot of attention, but I love Are You My Mother? Would each of you like to share one of your favorites?
I think my favorite is probably the Places You Can Go.
Oh,
You'll
that's a
go.
good
So
one.
that's a great one.
What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, that's pretty much mine too. It's just, it's so inspiring. Yeah, I love the Places You'll Go.
Adeline, do you have a favorite Dr. Seuss story?
I like one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Ooh, that is a classic. They're all classics. So let's talk about Seussical, the storyline. Who would like to set the scene for the show?
Yeah. So the show opens with a really familiar hat right in the middle of the stage.
Would it be this hat that Dakota is
I
wearing
don't
right
wanna,
now?
I don't want to give
wanna-
away any of the magic here. But it's a very familiar hat. And JoJo sees the hat and says, "What's going on with this pretty cool hat?" And JoJo starts thinking about, what could wear a hat like this. And then through deduction, she says, perhaps a fun-loving, mischievous cat. And a cat appears. I'm not going to say it's this cat or the cat in the hat, but again, we're going to save that for you. But the cat then takes JoJo on an adventure, telling the story of Horton, and they infuse all the characters that you can remember. We've got Things, we've got Who's, obviously, we've got Gertrude McFuzz, we've got Maisie LaBird, the Grinch, of course. So just all mashed up into one adorable story. And it's for adults too. I want to make sure that gets said. It's the way we're approaching it is it's theater for all, not just children's theater this summer. So it tells so many wonderful stories, and it brings so many good messages that I think we all need to be reminded about sometimes.
What are some of those good messages?
Well, I think a person's a person, no matter how small.
Yeah.
Is one of the main ones that I like. It's so easy to pick on people and all that kind of stuff. But if you just take a step back and remember that everyone is a person and everyone has everyone has these rights, everyone has feelings, and it's so easy to just be negative, but it's so much better if you can lift that person up. But we're also really focusing on community for the community theater too. So I've been hitting that from night one, and they can both vouch for that. And I think the notion of community is sometimes lost today because everyone is so connected to social media and all that kind of stuff that they feel a part of the more global world environment, but the community that we have right here is so important.
It really is. Thank you for sharing all of that. Adeline, tell us about JoJo. Oh, wait, first, tell me where you got that cool Horton hat. I love that.
Ryan gave it to me when we walked in the door.
What?
Tell us about JoJo and what is going through her head when she sees that hat just sitting there.
JoJo's thinking, what is this hat? What could wear this hat? And
What are some of the things you think might wear it?
I think that it could be a gazette.
That's his hat, yeah.
And I can think
Upper
Mount Bat.
Yep.
And then I think of a cat, and it just takes me places.
Oh, I love that. When I was talking with Wade, our morning show host, earlier, and he had shared that one of his daughters is in Seussical as one of the things, he then started talking like Dr. Seuss and rhyming. And he's like, shouldn't we just have a day where we talk like this? I'm like, I think that would be super duper fun, but first I would like to start with just a day of song where we have to sing everything to everyone. And Alan, I learned that you really enjoy singing.
Yes.
Have you kind of been a singer for as long as you can remember? And are there certain types of music that you enjoy singing than others?
I like singing musicals that are just fun to sing, and I'm really the most singer in my family. Nobody else likes singing. So I'm the only one who likes singing in our family.
I love singing. It just makes me feel happy. It's a good feeling. How many siblings do you have?
One, she's my little sister, and she's 5.
Oh my goodness, how wonderful is that? So this is your first show with Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, correct?
Yes.
And what made you decide to be so brave and head over to the auditions?
Well, I've been in multiple plays before this, and I've even been 2 plays in the Fireside Theater. Those were really fun, but this is like more funner because it's like more.
That's right. You say that.
Yes.
Right when you're sitting next to the director, you say that.
Oh, that is fantastic. That lovely voice right there is Adeline Bosnick. She is playing the role of JoJo in Seussical, which will soon open up at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. What do you love about JoJo? What was fun to bring her to life?
Like, I like how it's just, she's all excited and stuff. And I think it's really fun just playing the role JoJo
Because it is. It has to be so much fun. And I hope you have a chance to sing. Do you have a chance to sing since that is something you love? All right. Well, we'll talk more about that and looking forward to hearing more about the adventures that JoJo goes on in Seussical, because that is what our focus is here this morning on Hometown Today. We have friends and neighbors from Beaver Dam Area Community Theater with us. Seussical will open on August 2nd. I love, Ryan, Director Ryan, that you shared. It's theater for all. And when you were talking about some of those beloved characters like the Grinch and so many others, my goodness, why wouldn't grown-ups want to go enjoy that? I think it's fun to take that little trip down memory lane. And to your point, so many of the messages still strike a chord today.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And as Dakota mentioned, it's a show that everyone should see. It just really is. It's a show that celebrates community, and it's within a community theater that's been here for 60 years. And so we're not only celebrating Beaver Dam, but we're celebrating BDACT and all the neighboring communities that have helped to keep BDACT afloat for 60 years, because we really can't do it without people coming to see our shows. So keep coming, go buy tickets, bdact.org, and get your tickets now, because this is going to be a show to not miss.
Absolutely. That is Director Ryan Klug. You also have assistant directors. Would you like to give them a shout out?
Absolutely. Madeline Nelson is my right hand. She has been fantastic. I've known Madeline since she was a sophomore in high school, and she was in a show that I helped to direct then, and she's been in numerous productions since then. She's fantastic, and she's also someone in the room's fiance.
Yeah, so I'm actually engaged to Madeline.
I'm trying not to
director.
Sometimes I punch people in the shoulder when I get really excited. Congratulations. It's wonderful.
It was a beautiful thing. Actually, he used the marquee in front of BDACT.
Oh my goodness, I seriously have goosebumps. That's really romantic.
Yes. So earlier in June, I had come up with the big idea, right, to propose to her at the place where we met. We met at Beaver Dam Community Theater, and so I thought that it would be the perfect place to
that is the perfect
to seal
place.
the deal. So.
Dakota's a romantic. I love it. He's big romantic in his cat in the hat.
I know.
Oh, I love it. Dakota Viken, who does play the Cat in the Hat, is with us here this morning, along with Adeline Bosnick and director Adeline playing the role of JoJo, and director Ryan Klug from Beaver Dam Area Community Theater here with us this morning on Hometown Today. And we'll continue our conversation with our guests. Hometown Today brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. And right now is the time for you to upgrade the flooring in your home. If you're doing a new build, pick out your flooring now, 12 months interest-free on all of the flooring at Professional Floor Covering. And there's so many different types of looks and brands, those brands that you know and trust to choose from, whether it's that LVP, that luxury vinyl plank, maybe it's ceramic tile or vinyl or carpet. You will find the look that you love and have it work for you regarding what it needs to do in your home. So go see Randy and the team at that beautiful showroom, 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam, and have that free in-store consultation and get to work and get it done. You will be amazed at how efficient, how professional the team is, and what you can do within your budget. Professional floor covering your floor and so much more. This is Hometown Stay on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Andy from Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Well, hopefully it will not be raining in the Windy City this evening. Brewers back in action tonight for Game 2 of their series in Chicago against the Cubbies. And things did not go as we were hoping last night. Cubbies came out on top with a 3-1 win over the Brewers. Of course, we'll have the game for you tonight. We are your home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. Pre-game show hits the air at 6:30 tonight, and the first pitch gets tossed out at 7 o'clock. Well, on August 2nd, the curtain rises on the main stage musical at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. Seussical. For so many of us, we grew up with these stories. I know that I certainly enjoyed reading them to my kiddos, and I'm not sure if I'm up for an entire day of rhyming, but it would be fun. I did have a friend who used to write singing telegrams, so you kind of get in that vein where everything is just like fun, and you put those rhymes together. But this is actually a show, Seussical, and with us here this morning, sharing the details with us, we have director Ryan Klug, along with a couple of the cast members. We have Adeline Bosnick with us, who plays JoJo. She's a 4th grader at St. John's in Waterloo, and she loves to sing. So we'll find out about what she gets to sing on stage. And if we have time, Ryan had just shared while we were in the break that you might share a little bit about her audition, because there is a story to share there. And this cool dude next to me, if you're checking out the stream on Daily Dodge TV at dailydodge.com and also on YouTube, is Dakota Viken. He plays the Cat in the Hat. And just to give you the visual, if you are listening on 95.3 WBEV and you're not checking out the stream, he has this really cool, of course, it is the iconic Cat in the Hat. And Adeline, I also love your Horton hat too. That is pretty cool. And I got the little how is that referred to in the story? Thank you. You've got the clover right there. I'm glad Horton listened to his heart and followed through. So Seussical, Ryan, you were sharing, incorporates a lot of our favorite characters from so many of our favorite Dr. Seuss stories.
Absolutely does. Obviously, the Cat in the Hat is the most recognizable, and as such, the Cat in the Hat leads us through this zany adventure. So many fun characters, so much energy on the stage. I can't adequately describe it. There aren't enough words to describe the choreography and the exuberance that these cast members bring to the choreography and the movement. And we we keep challenging them with more and more and more and more. And so we've got just some fun characters, some great performances, and we're going to augment all that kind of stuff with fun lights and fun effects. And I'm pretty excited about some of the lighting stuff we're going to be doing. And so very colorful, just like the characters.
Well, and a variety of times for the performances for folks to enjoy. The show opens, as we've shared, on August 2nd. We'll be running through the 11th. If folks want to get those tickets, how do they do that?
BDACT.org is where you want to go. That's www.bdact.org. You can pick your seats. You can pay right through there. You can bring your phone and show the tickets on your phone when you come to the show. It's so easy, and there's not really a bad seat in the house, but I would get something as center as you can, because there's stuff going on all over that stage. You might actually want to come a second time, because it's just chaos. And, but it's organized. It's organized chaos. But everything from the set to the lights to everything like that. So you really don't want to miss this show. I guarantee that you will walk away happy. It's almost impossible to see Seussical and walk away sad or angry, because it's just so uplifting. It's so cute. You just kind of grin when the show's over.
We all need more of that. So we all need to get those tickets. So JoJo, you see this hat, this red and white striped hat that's just in the middle of the room, and you're trying to figure out who could wear a hat like that. Is this where this guy comes in?
Yes.
How does the Cat in the Hat come to life in the story?
Just one thing.
And you brought him right to the stage.
And I brought him to the stage.
Well, we all know that the Cat in the Hat is a little mischievous. He kind of likes to get into some trouble, push things right there to the outer limits. Dakota, share with us how the Cat in the Hat comes to life during the show.
Yeah, so the Cat in the Hat is really like a figment of JoJo's imagination, right? JoJo is a thinker, right? Is a person with a wild imagination and thinks up all of these characters and all of these scenarios. And the Cat in the Hat is, of course, the mischievous narrator and storyteller of the story. So.
Just from listening to you speak right there, I'm like already like envisioning you as the Cat in the Hat, because he is like, he's very very animated and kind of speaks with like authority. It's a voice that you want to listen to. I love it. Our guests this morning are with Seussical, which will soon be opening up 10 days, August 2nd. Are you ready? Of course you're ready.
Yes.
Yep, we're right where we need to be. Yep.
Excellent. Well, so looking forward to continuing our conversation. Joining us this morning from Seussical, we have director Ryan Klug and a couple of the castmates. That great voice that you were just listening to is Dakota Viken. He plays the Cat in the Hat. And Alan Bosnick plays the role of JoJo. So we will continue our conversation, learning more about Seussical, what we can look forward to enjoying as the show runs at Beaverton Area Community Theater August 2nd through the 11th. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. For those that know me, you know that I love the holidays, and I love putting up lots of lights. I ended up with 3,500 lights on one Christmas tree last year, so it took everything in me last Thursday not to go over to that beautiful display window at McKinstry's when I was right across the street at the Great Harvest Bakery and Cafe, because I saw that Christmas tree going up, and I saw strands of lights, but nope, I did not interfere. And I'm talking about this because it is Christmas in July, which means big savings for you at McKinstry's Home Furnishings. And whether or not you want to put your mind there to the holidays and everything that comes along with that, they will be upon us before we know it. So this really is a good time to get a jump start on that and start that holiday shopping. You'll find sales on recliners, sofas, mattresses, accessories, and more at McKinstry's Home Furnishings. And you definitely want to pick a mitten off of their Christmas tree, because that will help you save an additional 5, 10, 20, up to 50% off instantly, just like magic. McKinstry's Home Furnishings Christmas in July sale happening through Wednesday, July 31st. We will soon head over to the Daily Dodge News Center for an update on local news, weather, and sports. And we'll get it all going with an update from ABC News. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
It's Randy from Professional Floor Covering, making sure you don't miss what's happening in your hometown. It's Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Yes. Who knew? Yeah, my umbrella is just staying with me all the time. Of course, if the weather takes a turn towards being severe, we will, of course, keep you in the know and make sure that you are up to date with all of that important information. Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful, historic downtown Beaver Dam. Amy Hudson here with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. You can click on the Daily Dodge TV tab. You'll be good to go with the stream, or simply subscribe, follow us on YouTube, and make sure you click on the notifications icon once you do that. Happy to have our friends and neighbors with us here this morning from Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, where Seussical will soon take center stage, opening on August 2nd and running through the 11th. And with us here this morning, we have director Ryan Klug and a couple of castmates. We're getting to know Dakota Viken, who plays the Cat in the Hat, along with Adeline Bosnick, who plays the role of JoJo. And we will continue our conversation about Seussical right after we wrap up with Dr. Verlo. And I'm so excited to welcome you to the airwaves, Dr. Verlo. Happy Tuesday. How are you?
I am very well. And, with all of this rain and all of this heat, today might be a good idea to remind people how to sleep cool.
Absolutely. Boy, it didn't take long for that humidity to creep back in over the weekend. So how do we sleep cool? How do we do that, Dr. Verlo?
Breathability is everything. Just remember that. You always want to make sure that your sheets are 100% cotton or 100% bamboo. Actually, bamboo sheets are a personal favorite of mine because of the nature of them. They're made of a process similar to how paper is made, beaten down into a pulp and then woven, and they just have a super luxurious feel, and they're breathable. They wick the heat away from you and are very durable. They have a kind of cool to the touch even. But when you're looking at sheets, make sure that you get 100% cotton or 100% bamboo. They can have a featured fiber on the sheet package, Egyptian cotton, and you can look closer and see that it's got 15% Egyptian cotton and 85% polyester. If you are adding polyester, you're adding heat. Make sure that your mattress protectors, too, are like a 10-cell. Ours are waterproof, but they're breathable. It's not a barrier that's going to make you sleep hot. Your heat can go away from you, and then you can still keep all the perspiration out of the mattress, which all of that goes into the bed if you don't have a protector, and then allergens live off of what we get rid of.
Ew.
So all of those are crucial to cool sleep and protecting the mattress as well.
Yeah, that's really important to protect the mattress. And when you were describing, sleeping cool and talking about bamboo and that Egyptian cotton, it does feel luxurious. And knowing that those wonderful sheets to keep us cool are on top of a Verlo mattress, you are off to a good start regarding getting a great night's sleep and sleeping cool. And now really is such a great time for folks to look for mattresses at Verlo, Dr. Verlo, because the 4th of July mattress blowout sale still happening.
Yes, it is. We're running the 4th of July through the whole month of July. So obviously, if you look at the calendar, we are coming to an end of that. But you've got till the end of the month yet to come on in, take advantage of our free adjustable base upgrade with any mattress set purchase. You can upgrade to an adjustable base where the head elevates. The head and foot bases are also at a significant savings as well. Thinking of going back to school, college beds, we have twin mattresses starting at $149, queen starting at $289. I know we're coming up on that time of year. It's hard to believe that we're almost in August.
I know. It's crazy. It really is. And I was in your neck of the woods in Fort Atkinson the 4th of July holiday weekend. I made a trek in on Friday the 5th, and I got to see that amazing, beautiful store in Fort Atkinson.
Sorry, I missed you.
I know. I'm so sad. The first thing I asked for was Dr. Verlo. Was Dr. Verlo here? And so now I have that visual of where you do spend most most of your time on the Verlo team at the Fort Atkinson store. It is a beautiful store, and just like the store in Beaver Dam, everyone there is so very helpful. Please let folks know, Dr. Verlo, where Verlo is located both in Fort Atkinson and Beaver Dam, and when they can come see you and the team.
Sure, 1613 North Spring Street up by you, 201 North Main Street down here in Fort Atkinson. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturday, 9 to 5, Sunday, 11 to 5. And believe it or not, because we got some vacationing going on, I'm actually, I believe, going to be in Beaver Dam on Thursday.
I know, and I'm so excited. I already reached out to Adele and Brittany to find out when you would be here in Beaver Dam, because I popped over to the Beaver Dam store last week, talked to Larry, who's in Oshkosh for the big EAA show, but he let me know that Dr. Verlo was going to be here in Beaver Dam this week. So I think I'm going to have to bust through those doors and actually meet you in person, because we've never had a chance to do that.
Sure, I hope you won't be disappointed.
Oh my goodness! Hey, do you recall a favorite Dr. Seuss book when you were growing up? Do you have a favorite Dr. Seuss story? Our guests here on Hometown Today are with Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, and soon Seussical will be opening up on Friday, August 2nd. Do you have a favorite story from growing up?
Oh, boy. Not from growing up so much, but when our kids were little, and I believe that, am I remembering correctly, Green Eggs and Ham?
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Fantastic. Well, I am looking forward to hopefully seeing your face on Thursday. And thank you so much for taking the time to join us for a few minutes here today. We really appreciate it, Dr. Verlo.
Thank you, and have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Hopefully see you on Thursday. Everyone, I think, has a favorite Dr. Seuss story growing up. Ninja, behind the big master control board here in the Daily Dodge TV studio. What's your favorite Dr. Seuss story?
Anything but Hop on Pop.
Oh, why not Hop on Pop?
I've been jumped on too many times.
Oh, my goodness. So before we went to break, we were talking with Dakota, who plays the Cat in the Hat, just about his character and how mischievous he is. What kind of adventures does the Cat in the Hat get into? Or, you know what? Let me take that back. What is the introduction like between JoJo and the Cat in the Hat?
I mean, it's pretty exciting. Of course, as in true musical fashion, I go right into song, which makes sense. And at that time, during that first song, I introduce all of the characters, which
all of them.
Kind of
that has to
fitting.
be quite the song.
It's quite the song, and it's a big spectacle, right? It starts right away and gets into that exuberance, I believe Ryan used as a word. So
oh, that is fantastic. Exuberance. What makes you use that word, Director Ryan?
So in a show like this, if you're not being energetic, it can seem a little like almost like the books, just
static.
Okay, we're just telling a story. But with all of this going on, with all this energy coming from just every corner of the stage, it makes you feel part of the story, and we're actually going to be making the audience feel part of the story in a couple different ways. So.
Oh, that's really fun.
Yeah, so I fell in love with this show when I directed it, I think 16, 17 years ago, and it's just so sweet, but it has so many great messages like we touched on before. The music is beautiful. There are so many just moments, musical moments that you're like, aw. And these two get to sing some of them. She sings a couple of my favorite songs in the show, and Horton sings some of the other ones, and then he sings everything, I think. I don't think 5 minutes go by where he's not on stage singing.
Oh,
or
I
being funny,
love that.
so.
I would want to hang out with the Cat in the Hat. JoJo, do you have a favorite song, or is it too hard to pick a favorite song? Because, like Director Ryan was sharing, there's so many great songs in Seussical.
Well, I have four top. There's Solace Salou, Alone in the Universe, It's Possible, or Oh, the Things You Can Think.
Oh, yeah. You've had a very busy summer with, auditioning for Seussical, all the rehearsals. It's a lot of hard work to be a part of a show. Congratulations on landing the role of JoJo. And I had also heard that you were busy at the Jefferson County Fair performing and showing. Do you want to share anything about that?
I showed one pig. She was a crossbreed. She was really nice to work with, but she didn't make weight.
Is that and that's Dottie, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then Root Beer was another pig that you had shown, correct?
Yeah. He got sick. He had a high fever, so he had to. It was like 2 days before we had to bring him to the fair, so we couldn't bring him because he was doing better. But the vet said we can't bring him because he doesn't want to get other pigs sick.
Nope, just like people, we have to be careful and mindful of that. That lovely, sweet voice right there is Adeline Bosnick. She plays the role of JoJo in Seussical, which in 10 days, TikTok will be opening up at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater running August 2nd through the 11th. You can go to BDACT.org, BDACT.org, or simply go to the box office to get your tickets. This is a show for everyone, and there's going to be so many different things for every audience member to enjoy. And Dakota, you are no stranger to the theater scene.
No. I have performed in many shows throughout Wisconsin, right? I went to college up in La Crosse, and so I did a lot of theater up in La Crosse and Toma, and then as well as around the Madison area. I grew up in the Madison area, and so I've done countless shows at many different theater companies. So.
What was it about Beaver Dam Area Community Theater? What drew you in, and what made you want to be a part of Seussical?
So 2 years ago, I saw an ad come across for a show that not many people know called The Drowsy Chaperone, and it's just a nice little neat package of a show, and I loved it when I saw it, and so I was like, I think I'm gonna go audition. Drive up to Beaver Dam. So I dragged my brother up to Beaver Dam with me to audition for it, and we were in it, and we loved it, and I met my now fiance there, and that drew me back to the Beaver Dam area. So
absolutely, and your heart will always be a part of Beaver Dam Area Community Theater because you also proposed to your fiance. What exactly did you have on the marquee, and how did you get her there?
Yeah, so what I did was I had wrote a poem right for her, and I hand wrote it from my own imagination, and I gave it to her at high school graduation. Okay. She is a teacher in Beaver Dam. And so I gave it to her at high school graduation, told her, come to the theater, where my brother and I were putting up on the marquee, Natalyn, will you marry me? So, yeah.
I love. That is wonderful. We'll continue our conversation with our guests here today from Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. Dakota Beacon, newly engaged. The wedding is set for February. Okay, well, you'll have to keep us updated. Let me know if you need help with any fancy lights or anything like that. Dakota plays the role of the Cat in the Hat. Love his hat. He is very appropriate for the show today, of course, in the iconic red and white striped hat. Adeline is with us. Adeline Bosnick, who plays the role of JoJo. I love your Horton hat. And also director Ryan Klug with us. And when Dakota had mentioned his fiance, she's one of the assistant directors.
Yes, she is, and like I said, she's my right hand. I don't know what I'd do without her, and she's doing so much for the show. And then I also get a chance to work with my daughter. She's the assistant director this year, so it's been a lot of fun working with her as well. Trying to get her foot in the door and see if she likes it, because she doesn't like being on stage. Kind of breaks my heart a little bit, but
there are so many other things to do to be involved with a show and a production. You're talking about the really cool lights and some of the effects. You need folks to do so many things behind the scenes, costumes, the lighting. What about volunteers? Like, what if somebody does want to get involved with the show? What should they do? Just make a phone call or pop in?
There are a bunch of different ways to do that. You can reach out to the theater itself. You can stop in and talk to someone if you want to on the days the box office is open. But the easiest way is to email. It's a really easy email. It's signmeup@bdact.org. And you just go there and say what you want to do, and
That is easy. All right. That is Director Ryan Klug, the director of the upcoming show Seussical at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. And we'll continue our conversation with Director Ryan, Adeline, who's playing JoJo, and Dakota, who is playing the Cat in the Hat. Hometown Today brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor, and so much more. Don't be sad every time you go into your kitchen and you're like, oh, the countertop is driving me crazy, and those cabinets, they don't work well, they look horrible. Make your way over to that beautiful showroom at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam and have a conversation with Randy and the team, that free in-store consultation, and let them know what it is that you want to do, what you want to bring to life in your kitchen. They can help you with those kitchen designs, draw it up in such a way that you can actually see it come to life, and walk you through different cabinet door styles and those features. They have all these so many different options, inside the drawers, different accessories, and they can make sure it's installed right. And if you get those cabinets taken care of, countertops, check those off the list. And of course, flooring. And I know you might be thinking like, wow, Amy, easy for you to say all that stuff. That's a lot of things. I have a budget. You will be amazed at what you can do within your budget, and keep it budget friendly for that kitchen upgrade. Just get it done. Have that beautiful, clean look that you want. But it all starts with a visit and a conversation at the showroom at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Professional floor covering your floor, and so much more. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Getting to know your friends and neighbors, this is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
It's never too early to start thinking about the weekend. I know it's Tuesday, obviously, but this Friday, we are going to have a lot of fun launching you into your weekend. Free movie Under the Stars for you to enjoy this Friday, 8:15, just around the time it starts to get a little dark. Definitely want you to come on out and join 95.3 WBEV and the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce in the Slumberland Furniture parking lot here in Beaver Dam. Now, you might be thinking, well, why are we doing that? Because it's a free movie Under the Stars and an epic showdown on the big screen between Godzilla and Kong. So come on out, bring your cooler, some chairs, a little blanket, whatever it is that you need to get comfy and enjoy this wonderful free movie Under the Stars. Bring your friends and family out. It's always a good time. And, you know, I grew up going to outdoor movie theaters, and we don't have very many of them anymore. So when you have an opportunity to enjoy a movie Under the Stars with your family and friends, it's definitely a good time. Cool giant screen, high quality sound system. We will be in good hands as far as the sound goes because our sound maestro Jeff Hall will be taking care of that. Big thanks to Stacy and the team at Slumberland Furniture, Generations Chiropractic, Power Sports, and the Beaver Dam Chamber of Commerce. Free movie Under the Stars this Friday at the Slumberland Furniture parking lot. Amy Hudson here with you in the Slumberland Furniture studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com and also on YouTube. You can subscribe to Daily Dodge TV on YouTube. When you do that, please click on the notifications icon so you don't miss a thing. This season, every season at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater is a season not to miss a thing, but this season is so very special as BDACT celebrates 60 years. That is an incredible legacy, and another show to be added to that legacy is Seussical, which will soon be opening up. We are 10 days out from opening night. The show runs August 2nd through the 11th, and I'm really happy to have some folks with us from the show. We have director Ryan Klug joining us, along with Adeline Bosnick, who plays the role of JoJo. And of course, you have to have the Cat in the Hat, and that role is being played by Dakota Viken. Thank you again for all joining us here this morning. We really appreciate you making the time. And Ryan, you had shared something off mic just regarding green eggs and ham. We talked to Dr. Verlo, and that is one of his favorite stories of all time. And I had not heard what you shared. So would you mind saying that for all to hear?
Absolutely. It's a great story. So his most famous book, I would wager, is Because of a Wager. And someone bet Theodore Geisel, Dr. Seuss, that he could not write a children's book with 50 words or less. And that is what Green Eggs and Ham is. He wrote it, and all because of a wager. And we have probably one of the biggest children's books of all time because of a bet.
Yeah, how funny is that? I think that is that's a great story, and my goodness, I can't imagine my childhood without those Dr. Seuss stories. And my girls, we have all of them because, you know, when our first daughter was born, you know, we got something in the mail. Like every month you can get a new Dr. Seuss book for only $7.99. So we have all of them. And that Cat in the Hat can be pretty naughty sometimes. I mean, what do you think, Adeline? I think he likes to see if he can get us in trouble and then not take any of the responsibility for the trouble that we might get in.
Yeah, so the basic part of the play is, well, there's this part where I get blamed for the trouble because Mr. and Mrs. Mayor can't see the Cat in the Hat. Only JoJo can, because it's his imagination. So, like, they don't know the cat keeps, like, bringing these things up to make JoJo, like, have trouble.
And JoJo doesn't deserve that trouble. JoJo wants to have some fun. When we come back, we're going to hear about some of that trouble and what JoJo's getting blamed for, because we know that JoJo is not responsible for that. Seussical will soon hit the stage at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, running the 2nd through the 11th. And that sweet, sweet voice, a voice that you will hear singing many times on stage during Seussical, is that of Adeline Bosnick. She plays the role of JoJo, and we also have the Cat in the Hat with us this morning, played by Dakota Viken, and director Ryan Klug joining us as well. Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor, covering your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
This is Randy, owner of Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Snow, 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 snow. It won't be long before.
Oh, it won't be
we'll all
long
there
until it
with
really is
snow.
snowing. And it's holiday music everywhere, magical lights. And if you just can't wait, make your way down to McKinstry's Home Furnishings because they are having their Christmas in July sale. And no, it's not snowing in the store, but it's very festive. And it really is the right time for you to head to McKinstry's Home Furnishings. Feel the Christmas spirit, feel that holiday spirit, and know that you can get a really good head start on your Christmas shopping. Big sales for you on recliners, sofas, mattresses, and accessories at McKinstry's Home Furnishings during their Christmas in July sale. And you must pick a mitten off of the Christmas tree because that is your chance to save an additional 5, 10, 20, up to 50% instantly, just like that. McKinstry's Home Furnishings Christmas in July sale through Wednesday, July 31st. Amy Hudson here with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. Easy for you to engage with the stream by simply clicking on the Daily Dodge TV tab at dailydodge.com. And you can also head to YouTube, search for Daily Dodge TV. Please subscribe to us, click on that notifications icon so you don't miss any of the happenings here in the Daily Dodge TV studio. And also when we take it on the road for some of our many sporting events. It's all good stuff. Hometown Today presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. I love that song Snow from the movie White Christmas. I love musicals, and we will be enjoying all kinds of songs during Seussical, which will soon open up at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater running August 2nd through, I just lost the end date of the show. Ryan, help me out.
The 11th. The 11th of the month, yep.
Thank you. And Dakota Viken, who plays the role of the Cat in the Hat, had shared early on in our conversation this morning that if you've never been to a show, this is the show to start with. And this is a show for everyone, not just the kiddos, but also those of us that are grown-ups, because it's iconic. Dr. Seuss, the stories that we grew up with, and we will see these stories, these characters brought to life in a different way. I want to know how naughty the Cat in the Hat is in Seussical. Who wants to dish? All right, come on, Dakota.
I guess I can, yes. Yeah, so the Cat in the Hat is the mischievous narrator of the story, and he really interacts mostly with JoJo.
And JoJo's the only one that can see him, of course.
Yes. But all of the ideas, all of the stories that are told are JoJo's imagination, including Horton the elephant. Right? It's about all of the Horton stories. But in JoJo's life, the Cat in the Hat is really just trying to get him in trouble, right? And trying to get him in trouble with his parents. He ends up getting JoJo sent off to like a military school.
What?
And
I didn't think he was going to be that naughty.
Yes.
JoJo.
But as is true with all Cat in the Hat stories and movies and stuff, the Cat in the Hat makes things right at the end and helps JoJo get back to his family and helps to kind of wrap everything up and make sure it's happy versus, being really sad for JoJo and really unfortunate.
Yeah, we don't want JoJo to be sad or really feel the brunt of things that JoJo did not put into motion. So JoJo gets sent off to military school? Oh my goodness! Did JoJo beg and plead, with the parents not to let this happen, and how you weren't responsible for this?
No, he did not. But at the end, JoJo is sick of being told what to do, so he runs away.
And
it really is so the cat's mischief does serve a purpose. It's all about teaching JoJo a lesson, and since JoJo represents the audience, it's really easy to learn those messages about coming into your own and being proud of who you are, and and that comes to fruition at the end, and it's really beautiful. It's one of my favorite songs in the show. I didn't like it the first time I heard it, but Having a Hunch is now my favorite show. It contains Oh, the Places You'll Go and stuff like that, and it really is this wonderful moment of JoJo realizing that the power within the character, and it's this beautiful moment. The music swells, and I don't want to ruin it more than that, but it really is great, and like I said, it's one of those messages that everyone needs to hear, I think.
A lot of great messages and a lot of the really good feels that we'll get to experience during Seussical. How do people get tickets, Director Ryan? It's really easy for people to get tickets. And again, this is a show for everyone to enjoy.
Absolutely is. So the easiest way of all is to go right to the website, www.bdact.org, and you can click on any of the events. They have so many events coming up. And you can go on Tuesdays and Thursdays to the box office. It is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can check the website if you want to go there and talk to someone and not use your credit card online. You can go right to the box office and get your tickets there. And then also we're hoping we're sold out before every show, but you can also come to the show and buy tickets the night of. So
nice. So we'll talk about some of those upcoming performances later on here on Hometown Today. Dakota, how did you go about getting into that character into character for the Cat in the Hat?
Yeah, well, I think you had mentioned earlier that it seemed like I was very animated. I am very animated in my regular life, so a lot of it was art imitating life, or life imitating art, I guess, in the sense of I feel I'm very creative, and I really enjoy, like getting into the character that is, and it allows me to kind of dive into some of those lesser known accents and like characters that I haven't been able to bring out in a long time. So,
when we had mentioned earlier just about how many things go into a production, how many more things there are to do aside from acting on stage. What about the makeup? Because just as I was enjoying listening to you, I'm picturing, that iconic face, and I don't mean Mike Myers in the film production either. But does it take a long time to get into makeup and costume for the show?
So we haven't really gotten into makeup or costumes yet. I think we're going to be doing a lot of costume stuff tonight, and we'll start with makeup on Sunday when we have our marathon rehearsal. That's 9 hours in the theater.
Whoa! Are you ready for that, Adeline? You've got a little look on your face. Well, she's like, bring it on.
She gets free food, so I mean it's fine. But yeah, it's we had a lot of fun with the makeup, and it's a show that, like I said, it deals with community and all that kind of stuff, and there are a lot of different productions that dive deep with the big Horton ears for the elephant and stuff like that, and we are taking a little bit of a different approach to it. We are humanizing the characters a bit more than normal productions that I've seen, and because it really is a show about being human and being I often say it's a show about what it means to be human in a crazy, zany world, and so we're not going all out with a lot of the makeup. The cat will obviously wear a lot of makeup, and I apologize that when I sent him the pictures and the how-to.
Are you okay with that?
I'm ready for it.
You're in too far to turn back now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's so great. I'm really excited to, like I said, as I've harped on, if you've been listening the whole morning here, that it is a show about community, and the way we're approaching it is that people from all walks of life, whether they're hippies, hipsters, pirates, all that kind of stuff. If people come together from all walks of life, they can achieve greatness, and that's what we're trying to do.
That is Director Ryan Klug, the director of Seussical, which opens 10 days from today on Friday, August 2nd, and running through August 11th. Really easy for you to get your tickets. You can simply do that online at BDACT.org. And you mentioned the box office. I like and appreciate, Director Ryan, that you mentioned the box office because someone's there. And you don't have to do everything online. When is the box office open at BDACT?
I believe it's 11 to 3.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays?
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, yes. 11, we'll be safe and say 11 to 3, but I believe it might be till 4. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm at work when they're open, so I'm not able to get there and volunteer. But the wonderful people that do volunteer, we're so grateful for them.
Absolutely. It takes a team, and 60 years, celebrating 60 years of amazing performances this year at the Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. And, you know, you guys are just, there are so many great shows happening through the remainder of this year. You're going to roll right into the new year and just keep it going. It's good stuff. Our guests here this morning on Hometown Today are with Seussical, opening up on August 2nd. We'll continue our conversation here on Hometown Today, which is brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Professional floor covering. You're listening to Hometown Today on the 5,000 watt flamethrower on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
So many great songs for us to enjoy in Seussical, which will open on August 2nd, running through the 11th at Beaver Area Community Theater, and that is our focus here this morning on Hometown Today. Amy Hudson with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com. Just click on the Daily Dodge TV tab, easy again for me to say. That will get you engaged with the stream, and then you can also subscribe to Daily Dodge TV on YouTube. Make sure when you do that, click on the notifications icon, and you will be good to go. Joining us here this morning from Seussical, we have director Ryan Klug with us, and also Dakota Viken, who is playing the role of the Cat in the Hat. No pressure, of course, Dakota. And Adeline Bosnick, also with us, playing the role of JoJo. And JoJo feels the brunt of all of the antics from the Cat in the Hat, getting in trouble, getting blamed for certain things. We've learned that JoJo gets sent off to military school. And I love how director Ryan served this up. You know, the show being about being human in a crazy, zany world, and that is so much what the world of Dr. Seuss is: crazy and zany, but always with important messages.
Absolutely. And I mean, you can walk out of the theater thinking, you know, I loved how this show was about this. I loved how this show was about that. And it can mean something different to almost everyone that goes into that theater. When they come out, they can think, oh man, I love how this was about friendship. I loved how this is about love. I love how this is about empathy. I love how this is about courage. You can go into it needing something and come away having that need satisfied.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I almost called you JoJo. Adeline, we were talking earlier about how, while this is your first show with Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, you love being on stage. You've been in other shows. I've only been to the Fireside Theater one time, and you've performed in 2 shows there. I just had some friends that went to go see Matilda over the weekend. That's being performed there. You are so accomplished for being in the 4th grade, and we had talked about how you also performed at the Jefferson County Fair. You sang a song, and then you had also shown a couple of pigs. You're having like the busiest, most wonderful summer ever, and then to have such a role in Seussical. How are the rehearsals going for you? Director Ryan had mentioned that you've got a big one coming up, 9 hours. You just take it all in stride. Is there anything that you do to get yourself ready for rehearsals or performances?
I usually, every time, like when we're coming here, since we live like 30 minutes away, I am looking at my script, just going over my lines multiple times so I don't forget them.
And Emily, who does a lot of great work for Beaver Dam Area Community Theater behind the scenes, always makes sure that I know who is coming in for the segments here on Hometown Today. And she had mentioned to me, Adeline, that you wanted to make sure that we took some time because you had a special thank you that you wanted to share. Would you like to do that now? You're looking at the guy right there. Emily had shared that you wanted to share a special thank you to Ryan, and no pressure.
No pressure.
But I wanted to make sure that we did make time to do that.
Yes, I would like to thank Ryan for giving me the role of JoJo. I was just so happy and excited when I looked at the cast list. I thought I was not going to get it, but I just thank Ryan and my family for all bringing me to this role, and
You're going to make me tear up here a little bit.
Aww.
But yeah, no. I'd like to talk about her audition if we've got a couple
Absolutely.
seconds here. So for auditions, I said kids could, if they were interested in a lead, they could sing, a song of their choosing. But I don't think that made it onto every piece of information, because she came in and I said, if you just want to be in the chorus, you can sing Happy Birthday. So she came in and I was like, so what would you like to sing for us today? And she's like, well, I thought we had to sing Happy Birthday. And I said, well, you can, but that's fine. I didn't want to pressure her. I didn't want to, put a lot of weight on her shoulders to come up with something. And she's like, well, I do have one song that I could sing. And she goes into this song and dance thing for a minute and a half of a really difficult song from Addams Family called Pulled. And we're like, okay, well, she stunned us. We were silent for about 5 seconds afterwards, and it was just amazing. So many times throughout this summer, my team has been like, all right, so we need to work on this song with this group of people and this song with this group of people. And never once has it been like we need to work with Adeline, because they're like, oh no, she's got it. And she does. She just comes in and she's better every single night. And she, for 9 years old, I don't think I've ever met anyone as prepared or talented.
Oh no, I'm tearing up. That's really very lovely, and it's because you work so hard at your craft, Adeline. And I also heard that you have a special vocal coach that you wanted to thank this morning too. Who is that?
Her name is Olivia Coco. She lives in New York, so we have to FaceTime. I would like to thank her for helping me with my vocals, for helping me with my voice, and she's helped me a lot with this past year. She's gotten me to lots of plays. Like, we've done a lot of we've practiced lots of audition songs. I have a full binder of songs for auditions. It's just really nice, and she's helped me that I'm going to audition for Les Mis to be young Cosette for Broadway. And so
wow! Sorry, but I know I was really loud, but that's really exciting, Adeline. Congratulations.
And we're going to send those videos, and I'm going to be singing Do You Want to Build a Snowman and Castle on a Cloud.
Wow, that is also very wonderful. Congratulations on your success, and you work so very hard at it. And I hope that you'll come back and visit with us again, and certainly keep us updated on how that audition goes.
Okay.
It's really wonderful. That's Adeline Bosnick. She's playing the role of JoJo in Seussical, which will soon be opening at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, opening on August 2nd, running through the 11th. Mm-hmm. I know I just said that with a question mark, but that is the run dates for the show. Director Ryan Klug also joining us here this morning, and the cat in the hat himself, Dakota Viken, also here with us. When you were talking early on, Ryan, about the different characters, and more than just thing one and thing two. And I had learned before we hit the air together that Wade Bates, one of his daughters, is also in the show. How do some of these characters, like the Grinch, how does the Grinch come into play here in Seussical? Are they trying to help JoJo?
No, well, so JoJo comes from Whoville, which has been popularized by the Grinch movies and the stories and everything. So the Grinch lives in Whoville, so the Grinch is brought into the story. JoJo gets thrown into the story as a Who, and that's really where I say the JoJo represents the audience, because this is all happening to the JoJo just like it's happening to the audience. But yeah, the book was helped. Someone that helped write it was Eric Idle from Monty Python.
Oh my goodness!
And so he's incredibly talented. Especially good at the whimsical kind of stuff. And he intertwined all the stuff together, and it's done very well. Yertle the Turtle makes an appearance, and it's the way they did it, the reason she goes off to military school is so they could get the butter battle in there. And, eat your bread butter side up, or we're going to run you out of town. It's just, and which is great, because, like we as humans fight over sometimes the silliest things, and it brings that into focus. So it's just brilliant in so many different ways.
We're talking about Seussical, which opens on Friday, August 2nd. Easy for you to get your tickets. You have a couple of options. You can order them online at bdact.org, or you can go direct to the box office, which is open Tuesdays, 10 until 4, and also on Thursdays from 10 until 4. Get your tickets before they are sold out. It's really wonderful how quickly the tickets for the shows do sell out because everyone's so excited. And this show runs August 2nd through the 11th. It is Seussical, and we will talk more about Seussical and also some of the other upcoming shows that we can look forward to at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, celebrating its 60th year. Amy Hudson here with you in the Summerland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios. We will soon head over to the Daily Dodge News Center for an update on local news, sports, and weather, and we'll kick it all off with an update from ABC News here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hey, this is Randy, owner of Professional Floor Covering, and you're listening to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Beaver Dam Area Community Theater celebrating 60 brilliant seasons in 2024. And we have 3 brilliant guests here today, all part of Seussical, which will soon be opening up on August 2nd. The show runs through the 11th. It's been wonderful having you with us here this morning. Thank you again for your time. So many great shows that are a part of Beaver Dam Area Community Theater's 60th season. Let's talk about some of those other shows.
Absolutely. So obviously Seussical runs the 2nd through the 11th. We have 2 matinees, so if you like to see those matinees, they're on the Sundays at 2 p.m. Otherwise, it's 7:30 Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That Tuesday night has always been a really good night for us because people like their weekends, so we throw a Tuesday in there. Tickets range from $17 to $24, and then coming up, so a lot of stuff. So last year we did this murder mystery dinner theater, and it sold out, I think, in like a week and a half.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And it's coming again. Murder Me Always. Auditions are coming up on the 5th and 7th of August, so coming right up. The shows are the 24th through the 29th of September. And then we've got Lumberjacks in Love. Lumberjacks in Love is a great comedy musical. It was made famous by the Peninsula Players and Northern Sky Theater. It ran for 10 seasons originally. It's just up north humor. Lots of classes, so one voice children's chorus, acting class and drama club for the elementary age students, acting class and drama club for middle schoolers, and then a lot of concerts and comedy stuff. So 4 Guys in Dinner Jackets coming up in September. That the title is Call Us Old Fashioned, the Supper Club Tour.
I love that.
Yeah, and then the Local Vocals is having a reunion concert.
It's
and
huge.
So if you remember Local Vocals, like just knocking it out of the park every single concert, they're going to do it again for you. So you can get tickets already for that now, and that will sell out, I guarantee you, very quickly once people realize it's happening again. So don't be sure to get your tickets for that right away. While you're buying your tickets for Seussical, you can just add your tickets for that right away as well.
Yeah.
Paddle City Big Band concert again coming up in November, and then Dueling Pianos also in November, which is a lot of fun. November 16th for that. And then we do have some comedy shows coming up as well, and we are looking for directors for next year. So if you have wanted to direct and have a show that you're really passionate about, you can put that forth to us as well. So
Lots of opportunities and a lot of
many.
fun to be had. And I know that you have to boogie on out. You don't literally have to dance your way out of the studio. But anytime that you need to head out, feel free to do that. We certainly don't want you to not be on time. Director Ryan Klug with us here this morning on Hometown Today, along with a couple of castmates, characters. We have Adeline Bosnick, who plays JoJo, and Dakota Viken, Cat in the Hat. This guy right here, if you're checking out the stream on Daily Dodge TV. Not that it's not obvious. Sometimes my husband calls me Captain Obvious, but it's a great hat. I love your Horton hat too, Adeline. Dakota, do you remember what the very first show was that you performed in?
So the very first show that I performed in was a play, and it was called Arsenic and Old Lace.
Oh my gosh,
it was with my high school theater company in Marshall, Wisconsin. And it was fantastic. The first musical I ever performed in was, I believe, The Baker's Wife.
Okay.
I love that
again,
show.
a very
I love
small,
that show.
Not many people know it. I know Ryan.
I'm writing it down
is
because I can
familiar
tell
with it,
that
but-
Ryan he really loves it. The Baker's Wife.
Yeah, and that just kind of, now my theater career has kind of tumbleweeded into, what it is now, and I've been in countless productions since that fateful day that I walked in to auditions that first day.
Well, Adeline, this is certainly not your first show, as we have mentioned throughout our time together here this morning. You have a lot of experience, and you have a lot of exciting things coming up, too. Had you seen a show at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater prior to auditioning for Seussical?
I did see Anastasia with my mom.
What did you think the first time you stepped into the theater?
I thought it was the most biggest auditorium I've ever seen, and the most like beautiful, nicest.
Or did that start the thoughts about like, hey, I could be up there. I could be up there on that stage. That's really wonderful. Director Ryan, thank you very much. You make it a great day, and we look forward to Seussical, August 2nd through the 11th. If you're checking out the stream on Daily Dodge TV, he's got a boogie. I like that word boogie because I like to dance and I like to sing. And I had asked you off air, Adeline, knowing that you love to sing. I heard that it is what you love to do most. Any particular kind of genre? Is it pop music, country music, heavy metal? Anything that you really like more than other styles, or is it all just good fun?
I mostly like soft music, like lullabies, but I do like fun type of musics, like the songs in Seussical. There's some soft songs in Seussical, there's some poppy songs in musical. It's just fun.
Well, and you and Dakota get to sing a lot of songs together in Seussical. Do you guys have a fave, or has there been one that maybe you struggled with a little bit more than others, that you're really going to have to make sure you literally hit all the high notes in your upcoming 9-hour rehearsal? But anything that was a little tougher, like that maybe you weren't anticipating to be so?
I don't know. I mean, Adeline's such a great performer that, I mean, she knocks it out of the park every time, right? And so she doesn't struggle. For me, right, I think the hardest song for me is the song "It's Possible," right? There's just so much choreography. There's so many places that we need to be, on the stage, that sometimes it makes us forget the words, right? Would you agree with that, Adeline?
Yes.
Yeah. And so
it's a lot to coordinate.
It is a lot to coordinate, and so I think that's the toughest song, probably, right?
When I shared with each of you just what Wade Bates, our morning show host and sports director, let me know minutes before we came down to the Daily Dodge TV studio that one of his daughters is in the show, and Ryan was talking about what a great dancer she is. When you were just talking, Dakota, about all these different things happening on stage, and and with your own person trying to keep it all straight, that is a lot. How much dancing does the Cat in the Hat do?
The Cat in the Hat does a lot of dancing, right? And I have to do a lot of leading the dances, right? Showing people how to dance the songs. There's some tap in there as well, which I love, right? I love tapping. So
that's cool. I've never tried that before. I don't think I'm coordinated enough to do that, but we look forward to seeing each of you and the other castmates performing during Seussical. I had asked Ryan off air if this is one of the bigger casts that has hit the stage at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, and while the cast is sizable, it's certainly not the largest. And what were some of the shows that the two of you had shared?
I believe the show that had the largest cast for Beaver Dam Community Theater was Joseph, a couple of years ago.
Joseph and the Wizard of Oz.
Amazing, yeah, and the Wizard of Oz I think had a lot, and Annie. I think anytime you have a lot of kids on the stage, you're going to have a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people to keep track of. And when you mentioned Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, every time I think of that show now, all I can picture is Donny Osmond playing the lead. And it was a great show.
Yes.
I took that in when that was touring, which feels like forever ago, when it was in Chicago. Seussical will soon hit the stage at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. The show opens 10 days from today, running August 2nd through the 11th. Certainly head to BDACT.org to check out those show times. Ryan had mentioned that there's also a few matinee performances in there too.
And a Tuesday performance.
Oh, that's right. He said Tuesdays are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have one Tuesday performance. So
Excellent. Folks can get information for all of those show times at bdact.org, in addition to some of the other shows that Ryan was talking about. It really is a wonderful season for Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, and knowing that they're celebrating 60 years of making theater available for everyone. It's really wonderful that each of you get to be a part of that legacy. How are you feeling 10 days out from the show?
good, excited. You know, I think that, we're at the point where we have that excitement and a little bit of nerves.
Do you get nervous, Adeline?
I get nervous sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I get nervous, but I'm mostly excited. Like, on opening, I get really, not really nervous, but, nervous. And then, when I start, performing, it just goes away.
Oh, that's great. You are a natural. What about you, Dakota? Do you get nervous?
I do, yeah. I've been in, a couple of shows, and yeah, I still do. But like Adeline, right? Once I start, once I'm out there, see the lights and can see the audience, I'm like, all right, I got this. So
You do have it, and we're looking forward to Seussical. And thank you again for being here. Now, what are you guys going to do for the rest of your day after you leave 100 Bill McCullum Way? What are you up to?
have some lunch,
Just take the day in
enjoy
stride.
the day. But get ready for rehearsal tonight.
Yes.
Oh, what time does that? Is this the big 9-hour rehearsal?
No,
Okay.
no. This just nightly rehearsals. Typically start about 6:30.
Okay.
Run into the evening.
So you'll just be getting ready for rehearsal after you leave the show
Yes.
today. Well, thank you again. Anything else that either one of you would like to share about Seussical?
No, I think I mentioned it before, right? It's a show for everyone. It's a show for adults who enjoyed the books. It's a show for adults who read the books to their kids. It's a show for kids, right? It's a show for everyone.
Show for everyone. We look forward to it. Seussical opening August 2nd and running through August 11th at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. Easy for you to get those tickets. You can go directly to the Beaver Dam Area Community Theater box office, which is open Tuesdays and Thursdays for you between 10 and 4 p.m. And of course, you can also order them online right from the website, bdact.org. Thank you so much for coming in today. It was a pleasure to meet each of you. And do people wish best of luck before a performance anymore? It used to be break a leg back.
break a leg,
What's the theater talk?
Break a leg.
Break a leg. All right, you guys, break a leg for Seussical. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you for having us.
Our pleasure. Dakota Viken playing the Cat in the Hat, and Adeline Bosnick, who Ninja said we should get her autograph now so we can all say we knew her when. Adeline is playing the role of JoJo. And also thank you to Director Ryan Klug for joining us here this morning on Hometown Today. BDACT.org is your go-to for those tickets for Seussical, and also to take a look at those upcoming shows so you can plan appropriately, because the way the summer has been flying by, before you know it, we'll be ready. We'll be ready for some of those shows towards the end of the season. Already looking forward to Dueling Pianos coming up in November. Thank you again. You guys make it a great day.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Hometown Today brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. And as I was wheeling into my driveway last night in City on the Marsh, I'm like, oh, really? I got to mow the yard again. Well, really, I don't mow the yard. My husband mows the yard, but I want to make sure it's, he has what he needs to get the job done right. And that's making sure that the blades on the mower are sharpened and ready to go. And if you're wondering, well, geez, Amy, what does that have to do with Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more? Dig this, Pro Edge Sharpening, a part of the Professional Floor Covering family. So what this means is that those big tools, the small tools, things like mower blades, big stuff, small stuff, you can take anything with with an edge to Pro Edge Sharpening, and they'll sharpen it up for you so it's easy for you to get the job done that you need to get done. And because they are a division of Professional Floor Covering, you'll find them in the same place as Professional Floor Covering, right there at 713 Park Avenue. You just go through a different door. Suite D is where you will find Pro Edge Sharpening Services, a division of Professional Floor Covering, and online at proedge.com. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.